Good evening, everybody. I got notification from UPS that they delivered my package. It's some goodies that I ordered about a week and a half ago for my truck camper. And here they are.
Look into my eyes and show me.
It's some accessories from Blue Sea Systems. It's called their below deck panel, and it lets you mount some accessories inside those holes. In this case, I've got a voltmeter, and in my collection of goodies inside, I have some USB ports and some 12-volt accessory outlets. Since I already had a bunch of those, I just ordered these as empty panels. You can order these with a variety of accessories in them. In my collection of stuff here they are. I've got, I think, 2 USB ports and 2 12-volt. Also got single spot mounting points. But anyway, let's gather up all the goodies here and get busy installing this. My wiring tools I took to work today. So I've been kicking around a few ideas on how to do this. One idea was to build a custom panel and mount it right there with 4 ports, or use, I thought I had a mounting template, or put the 2-port version. This is the mounting template for the 3-port version. It won't fit unless you moved it way down low here, which would be acceptable as well. So these mounting plates have a power switch in them, which is actually a circuit breaker power switch. It's rated at 15 amps, and it comes with 2 little wiring harnesses. One for your positive, one for your negative. And there's mounting screws as well. Looks like they're stainless mounting screws. I've got a bunch of black ones, so I'll probably use those instead. A little bit of background on why I'm doing this is because my truck camper, it was built before they started installing USB and 12-volt outlets, but the newer Arctic box campers have 12-volt outlets and USB ports right up in that area, right next to the AC outlets, and they will also have one over on this side as well. So here's our USB port version, 2 USB ports, and that's another USB. Let's switch over here. Here's our 12-volt. So there are two flat sides. These ports, or these outlets that I have, are from Marinco. Blue Sea and Marinco are sister companies. They're owned by the same parent company, and they each have their own version of this. So I'm going to go with that and orient the cap at the top. Install my locking ring on the back. I've laid out my template and taped it up to the wall. And now let's start cutting. I'm going to use this heavy-duty zip tie as my guide to do an initial score of cut line. Zip tie isn't the best choice of a straight edge, but it's all I have at the moment. My template is trying to move on me a little bit when I try to freehand those rounded corners here. This plywood's fairly thin. It's probably only about 3/16 of an inch. So it should only take several passes to cut through it with a sharp utility knife. A little bit of patience and we're done. I'll tape my template back up there sort of loosely and mark where my holes go. I did change my mind on these. I flipped them around so the cover's open downward. I thought it made more logical sense. That way when you're trying to plug in a USB cable, for example, you're not fumbling trying to hold the cover up while you get the USB cord plugged in. Just makes it a little easier, better visibility, less hassle. After I got everything installed, then I kind of changed my plan about how I wanted things, based partially on the size of the wire that I have running up to this panel. It's only a 16 gauge because that's all that would fit through the hole that I had access to get the wires through. So I moved the voltmeter up here, and then the USB port is up here. This actually works out better location-wise for the voltmeter because it's easier to read.